Hi everyone, welcome back. No picture in picture this week, just showing you a journal I've just completed. It's a hardcover. This little fellow is a wax seal and I can't decide whether to put it on the front or not, so it's sort of there. This journal will be for sale, so I don't think I'm going to glue it on, but I am going to put it inside. So hardcover, 6 across, 8 3/4. This one's got 1 3/4 inch curved spine, plain on the back. The decoration on the front is a picture I found, and I've copied it and then sort of painted everything. Acrylic paints are what I've used on this. Its seam binding is a closure which I've coloured. Did I say 144 pages? I may have done. I haven't used any particular kits, I've just made them up as I've gone along. So this front page is actually, and the back inside cover, are Stamperia papers. Stamperia? Not sure. I'm just going to zoom in a touch so you can see a bit better. So, there's 6 signatures altogether. The tags I've made up, these are watercolour prints that I've actually printed off onto watercolour card. Well, actually this is mixed media card, but I wanted to give it a bit of texture. So that's those. So we have a bit of lace, and then we have various book pages. Plenty of writing pages. And then I went a bit mad with the watercolouring. So these decorations down the side are actual blocks of watercolour that I've painted on. And then I've gone over it with, that's actually a watercolour gold metallic. And then I've gone over it with a fine liner and then used a white highlighter on the sides. This is a watercolour, which I've fussy cut. This background is one of the ones I showed on my last video about taking your maybe unwanted pattern paper pads and giving them a bit of a facelift. So, watercolour. As you can see, shiny paper. That worked really well, that one did. The insides, the back. So, been a little bored just lately, so I've been doing doodling. So as you can see, if I hold it up to the camera, doodling. Now these are done in a Pigma pen, which I'm led to believe is waterproof, so they could be coloured in if you want to. The stickers that I've used are some that I've made up. I have actually got the rest of the set to go in with the book. More watercolour squares, just a bit of added decoration. And then we go through the book pages. Second signature, or doodling. This time I have coloured them in. These are actually printed, so they should, I knew if I put watercolours or my felt tips or whatever on them, they will run as soon as if you were to glue anything on that. So I've drawn them out, coloured them in, scanned them, and then printed them on to the page. Note cards. I thought that music page was appropriate, Home Sweet Home, for the times that I'm guessing the majority of us are living in. More watercolour squares. Different book pages. And the centre. That was one of the altered paper pad papers. I've just made it into a huge pocket. A bit of stitching and some gauze at the back. And I was sort of thinking, oh, what do a little tag is going to look lost in that. So I just printed up an A4 sheet lined on the back just to give it a bit of a bit of something. I'll put that in there for the minute. The back of the book pages. Watercolour doodling. That is a great way of just what do they call it? Mindfulness, they call it. When you just don't think of anything and you just doodle. We've been doing a lot of that lately. Third signature. That's another one of the watercolour cards. They're all plain on the back to be written on. Or actually drawn on might be quite good. So another altered page. That's got watercolour flowers, as you can see. And it's just been layered up. Plain on the back. I am quite pleased. I've managed to keep that reasonably clean. Watercolours. Book pages. Prints, the middle. And then we come to the back. A bit more doodling. This one I haven't coloured in. Now this one I have drawn with a Pigma pen on here. So it can be coloured in to your heart's content, that one can. It's another card. Tim Holtz butterflies, a die cut. It's a Biggs die, one of the steel rule dies. So I cut out watercolour paper and then inked them up. These are actually distress oxides on these. And then I've gone over it with a fine liner just to bring out the detail in them. Signature number 4. More doodles. Pages. Oops. Some other card. These are, so going through all the paper pads I've got, I've pulled out, this is an 8x8 pad, and it's just been made up into an envelope. The envelopes are empty. Note card. And the centre. And the other envelope. So made two, stuck them together and put them in there into the middle. Watercolour. These are watercolours. They're a new set that I've, as usual, bought because I've seen somebody using them. Really like them, but they're so pigmented. And it's almost like painting with acrylics or poster paint. And the back of the book pages. And where are we? Signature number 5, this one is. So we have another tag. Doodling. This is another altered paper pad with another watercolour picture. That was the back of the pad, so you can imagine what the front looked like. Book pages. It's a beautiful day here. I'm hoping it's the same where you are. So the back of the altered page, I've drawn on, well, I suppose it's like a flower garland. That should be fine because the acrylics are now dried. So if you wanted to go over it and colour it in, you can to your heart's content. Another note card. And some more Tim Holtz butterflies. Same principle, printed out, cut out onto watercolour and then inked and gone over with a fine liner. Some more doodles, Perhaps that's what I should call this journal, the Doodle journal. And the last signature. More. Oh, this is definitely me at the moment, which is why this ended up in here. Old folks at home. Another card. To a skylark. I think we'd all like to have the freedom that they've got at the moment. Hope you're all keeping safe and finding lots to do. I have never had such a clean house. Another note card. And the back page. And that was the other half of the Stamperia pad, that one there. There we go. My first COVID lockdown time journal. Taken a while. Took me a while to sort of get my head into the game of what we were doing, where the country was going. I'm hoping you're all sort of settling down and keeping safe. That's the important thing. And maybe my flicking through this journal has given you some ideas. I hope so. I will be listing this for sale on my website. So if you're interested, that's where it'll be. I'll put the link below. Right, now you all say stay safe and take care. And I will speak to you all later. Bye.